Hello children, today I will continue the lesson sectors of the Indian economy, and the topic is comparison of the three sectors, that is the primary, secondary and tertiary sector. As we have done in the previous video, that the classification of these sectors on the basis of their nature of activity, that is primary, secondary and tertiary, these three sectors, they help in the production of goods and services and employ a large number of people, give the employment to them. But how many goods are produced in each sector, that is primary, secondary and tertiary, and how many people are employed? For that, how to count the value of the goods and services? For this, we should do what we should do. The value of goods and services should be used rather than adding up the actual numbers. But in doing this, we should use one precaution, that the value of each goods and services is not to be counted again and again, because in the production of the final goods, that is the intermediate goods which are used in the production of the goods. For example, if we go to the market and buy a packet of biscuits, then what we do, we pay the price for the packet, not for the separately for the oil, sugar and the wheat, and means all these ingredients. These are called as intermediate goods. So we count, what we do, we count the value of the final goods and services produced in each sector during a particular year, provides the total production of the sector for that year, and the sum of production in the three sectors gives us the GDP, that is called gross domestic product of a country. And what is GDP? It is the value of all final goods and the services produced within a country during a particular year. It also shows how big the economy of a country. And this task in a country, the measuring task of GDP, is undertaken by a central government ministry, and this ministry, with the help of various government departments of all the Indian states and the union territories, collects information relating to total volume of the goods and services and the prices, and then estimates the GDP of the country. But we have seen in the previous years, that is, there is a historical change in all these three sectors. Means, if we see initially the developed countries which are at present, initially in the beginning, they all were, their economy was based on the primary sector, but now they have shifted from primary to the tertiary sector. And we have seen in the last previous 100 years that what is there is a great development in the field of agriculture, that is primary sector, and we are able to have enough food with us, and we have a sufficient food to feed the increasing population. But there is an increase, that is with the establishment of more and more industries, the secondary sector is also upcoming. So people are shifting from primary to secondary sector, as well as when industrial sector increases, it leads to development of many services. So people are shifting from primary to secondary as well as to the tertiary sector. If we study in the context of the India, we see in the last 40 years, that is between 1970-71 to 2010-11, the production in all the three sectors has increased, and it has increased the most in the tertiary sector. As a result, in the year 2010-11, tertiary sector has emerged as the largest producing sector in India, replacing the primary sector. So what gives its importance? That is the importance of this rising importance of tertiary sector in the production. What are the reasons why it is increasing importance in the economy, Indian economy? Are, first of all, this sector provides the basic services. What are those basic services? For example, hospital, education institutions, post and telegraph, courts, banks, insurance, police, etc., which are basic for the development of a country. And in a developing country, it is the duty of the government to provide all such basic facilities to the people. Next is, with the increase in the income level of the people, it has created demands for many more services. For example, eating out, shopping, tourism, private schools and private hospitals, etc. So people are required to work in these institutions. Next, this sector provides services such as transport, trade, storage, etc., which help in the development of the agriculture, that is primary sector, or the secondary sector, that is the industrial sector. So it also gives the services to the people and jobs to the people. Over the last decade or so, certain new services such as they based on information and technology, that is communication, have become important and as well as essential feature, and all these services helps in the production of the services rising rapidly in the context of the Indian economy. But this service sector gives the jobs to the skilled as well as unskilled people working in the country. And with these jobs, what has happened, the contribution of this tertiary sector towards the Indian economy has increased tremendously. That is, which was earlier of the primary sector, now it is GDP contribution, that is of this tertiary sector. But in the context of the employment, it is only the agriculture sector that gives the maximum employment in the Indian economy. But this there is a problem where in the agriculture sector, primary sector of the Indian economy, that it faces with some that is disguised unemployment, seasonal unemployment, that I will continue in the next video. Stay blessed and thank you.